If you're like me, then you frequently have trouble trying to find something decent to watch on Netflix. Well, if that's the case, then I'm here to show you 5 movies that you should definitely watch on Netflix. Number 5. What happens when the Westboro Baptist Church gets a bit carried away? Well, you get Red State, written and directed by Kevin Smith. 3 friends are abducted and tortured by an organization of hardcore fundamentalists who make it their mission to rid the world of sinful behavior. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. It really is an entertaining movie that might have been overlooked by some. Michael Parks gives a very convincing performance as the pastor Aben Cooper. Oh yeah, and Badger from Breaking Bad is in it too. Number 4. The Hunter. A lonely mercenary played by William Dafoe is commissioned by a biotech corporation to travel to Tasmania in order to hunt and kill the last remaining Tasmanian tiger. I never really heard anything about this movie before it came out, and I think it's one of those movies that never really got enough recognition, and I don't know why, because it really is an outstanding picture. The cinematography is gorgeous, and the overall mood almost feels dreamlike. If you haven't seen this movie yet, I highly suggest checking it out. It's one of those gems that no one really talks about, but it really is good. Number 3. Me and You and Everyone We Know. It's a light-hearted indie film about a recently divorced father and his struggle to build personal relationships in the outside world, as well as maintaining a healthy relationship with his 2 sons. It's humorous and enjoyable, and it also adds a very humanistic style to storytelling. Even if you don't particularly like indie films, this one's still good and should be given a chance. Number 2. Beautiful. This is a good one as long as you don't mind reading subtitles. This is a very emotionally charged film with a very deep, gritty, and often realistic atmosphere. The story follows a terminally ill father and his struggle to cope and come to grips with his fate. Directed by Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu, Beautiful brings us breathtaking cinematography as well as near-perfect acting. If we can learn anything from this film, it's that sometimes the darkest and most troublesome parts of life are often the most beautiful. Number 1. There Will Be Blood. If you haven't seen this movie yet, you're really missing out. Directed by P.T. Anderson, the film follows the pursuits of a 19th century oil tycoon, played by Daniel Day-Lewis. I'm convinced that P.T. Anderson and Daniel Day-Lewis are some of the most talented people working in Hollywood today. So when you get both of them together, you get one hell of a movie. So for whatever reason, if you haven't seen this movie yet, I really suggest giving it a watch because you will not be disappointed.